Liberalism was we should have a colorblind society and not see race at all. That's not what the woke believe.
And by the way, as my audience knows, I literally sat in the chair at Club Random with Bill about 3 years ago and said, I changed with Trump the day that I met him. Thus, he then now 3 years later says the exact same thing. And Winston, you sat in that, well, you were actually technically you're in a different chair, same studio, but you sat down with Bill about a week ago. And here you guys are talking about classical liberalism and sort of the roots of it and which way do we go, people?
You get a certain amount of cult followers for anything, and then the true believers never die. I mean, a lot of people would say right now the Democratic Party is still in that mode, which is going to render them possibly an irrelevant party if they don't change.
What would you like to see from the Democrats, like, going forward?
Much more centrism, much more get rid of the woke baggage, you know. Old school liberal is what I usually describe myself as. But that's very often the opposite of woke. Woke would like people to believe that they're some sort of an extension of liberalism, but they're not. They're usually something that's quite opposite. Liberalism was we should have a colorblind society and not see race at all. That's not what the woke believe.
Yeah, I would say
they're the opposite.
Quite.
Let's put race at the front of everything.
Yep. Absolutely. Oppressor and oppressed, sacred, make a sacred the oppressed.
So, Winston, I know everyone watching this gets that. Woke is the opposite of liberalism. Okay, fine. Now, my position has been for a while that those liberals, those moderate classical liberals, whatever you want to call them, old school liberals, they should be on the more moderate wing of the Republican Party. That makes sense. That's Tulsi, that's Bobby, et cetera, et cetera. What Bill is still sort of saying, although you guys taped that before or after he met with Trump? After he met with Trump. So he hasn't said he's supporting Trump. He's just kind of in the ballpark, let's say. I think his position still would be, the liberals, I mean, he basically said it there, the liberals should still be trying to retake the Democrat Party from the crazies. Do you have a particular opinion on that?
Just to be clear, he's very much not supporting Trump. He told me, and I think he also made it expressly clear in his monologue on Real Time, that he, to Trump's face, expressed his concerns about the deportations, his concerns about free speech under the Trump regime. He's very much not a supporter of Trump 2.0, let alone Trump 1.0. He was right absolutely about two things, not only what you said there about liberalism and woke being opposites, but he's also right about the cult of wokeism. And this actually just pertains to what we were previously discussing. It was the sagacious Thomas Jefferson who said, if everyone thinks the same, no one is thinking. And that also goes to the point that we should be speaking, if we are thinking all the same, we're basically in a cult. I think that he would, I don't think, I mean, where the Democrats are right now seems a long way from sanity. But I don't think it's out the question that some of the liberals, like you say, who are at the moment supporting Trump, might move back to the Democrat Party. I think sensible people like Tulsi, like RFK, they're liberals are at the moment. Let's put it this way: liberals are now aligning with the Trumps with Trump because the Democrats and the progressives are not liberal in any way, sense, or shape. This is actually what Frederick Hayek described in his essay "Why I'm Not a Conservative."
Mm-hmm.
And he describes, we have the famous horseshoe concept of the difference between left and right wing. But he says you have a line between conservatives and progressives, and the liberals will swing with whichever way is the least totalitarian and happens to be aligning with liberalism. When I spoke to Bill, we both reminisced about how in the 90s it was Tipper Gore, who, although was the wife of Al Gore, of course, a Democrat, it was a conservative movement to censor artists, rappers. And it could be the case that in 10 years' time, the conservatives swing too far that way. In politics, things can change quicker than you might remember.